Who is it that gives the bride, Jennifer Martin, away to her groom, Daniel Walker?
Mother.
You may all be seated. Welcome family, friends, guests of family and friends, and those here just for the free booze. Thank you for coming and being a part of this special day in the lives of Jennifer and Daniel. We are gathered here today to celebrate the fastening of the proverbial ball and chain, to ensure that filing taxes and signing up for health insurance is more convenient for this couple. Also to give true recognition to the unique bond and love that Jennifer and Daniel have for one another. To observe and behold the purity of their smiles when gazing upon each other. And to add all of our blessings and wishes to the words which shall unite them in marriage. Before we move forward, the couple would like to recognize Sandy Walker, Daniel's mother, who's with us in another way today. Those who knew her would know that today would be one of the most joyous occasions of her life. She is proudly smiling down on all of us. Kristen, Rachel, would y'all please come forward? The release of these butterflies symbolize the expansive and flourishing love Sandy still has for her children.
There they go.
You can do it. There you go. They'll eventually fly away. It is important to recognize where love derives from. The first displays of love impressed onto Jennifer and Daniel were from their parents. Let us not forget all of the sacrifices that parents and even aunts, uncles, grandparents, godparents, teachers, bus drivers, and influential friends made, all in the name of an unconditional and undying love for their children. Through this love, we are molded as people, cemented by the love we receive from our life partner. It all starts with the parents. Anyone can bear children. It takes a remarkable person to be a parent. Jennifer and Daniel would like to recognize you all for the sacrifices you have made for them. In case any of you are wondering, no, I am not a judge, nor am I a rabbi. I do not hold any sort of prominence in the religious community. I am a personal friend of Jennifer and Daniel, and am supremely honored they have chosen me to officiate their wedding. They wanted someone they knew, respected, and admired. Someone they could trust to officiate their wedding. When the first dozen friends they asked declined, they came asking me. I could not say no. I actually went to school with both Jennifer and Daniel, but not a single word was spoken throughout those tumultuous years. I hung out with people who smiled, Daniel didn't. Jennifer was good at dance. I looked at people who were good at dance. It wasn't until after school, through mutual friends, that I realized Daniel and I shared like interests. I was finally able to get lost in that charming smile and those gorgeous green eyes. He was wise enough to grab hold of Jennifer the first opportunity he had, and I've had the pleasure of getting to know her better over the years. Daniel, with all of his gregariousness and charisma, found the perfect partner in Jennifer, one of the most kind-hearted and gentle people you will ever meet. It is a testament to her gracious nature that she now shares her sincerity with society by educating our youth. I'd like to speak on the truly remarkable story of the journey Jennifer and Daniel took to get to where they are now in a brief ballad written by Anonymous. Now this is a story all about how Jen and Walk's life got turned upside down. This will only take a moment, so sit right there. I'll tell you how two became one right from thin air. In West Houston, Texas, born and raised, Katy schools where they spent most of their days, moping around, kicking stones, trying to look cool. Daniel walked with his head down all throughout school. In rushing crowded hallways and wouldn't say a word. Little did they know their life was about to take a turn. He got tricked into dating Jen, and boy was he scared. Deal, razor, brush, I must be prepared. Laughter filled the air, and when it became near, to that point in a relationship we all seemed to fear. Daniel looked at Jen and knew she was rare. There was no question, they'd be together for years. He went down on one knee around 7:30 and whispered to his love, "Will you marry me?" Looked in her eyes, only two see tears, and two became one right from thin air. I hope you all enjoyed that ballad. This is the actual timeline of their relationship. They were set up in the okie doke, she likes you, so date her, he likes you, so date him trick. This went on for a couple of weeks when they finally had their first date in the summer of 2008. They hit it off, natural conversations, comfortable in each other's skin, no fear of judgment. Several months later, while staring into a glass of gin, Daniel expressed his true love for the lively beverage. A frazzled Jen went running home excited about Daniel's confession. Weeks later, when Daniel professed his love for Jennifer for the first time, a confused yet ecstatic Miss Martin responded with the same sentiment. That was the fall of 2008. They moved in together in the summer of 2009, and even that didn't scare them off. Daniel spent most of the first half of 2011 in the hospital, Jennifer by his side, supporting him, being his strength in a time of need. When Daniel fully recovered, he witnessed Jennifer's true character, dedication, and commitment, and proposed to her in the early summer of 2011. They purchased their first home together in the late summer of 2011. November 17th, they are married in front of those who they love. November 18th, 2012, it is made official when their Facebook status changes. Throughout all that time together, the bride and groom found Bible verses which embody their relationship and would like to share with all of you. Here to read Corinthians 13, verse 4 through 13, Jennifer's loving and amazing godmother, Henrietta Crosser.
Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. Love does not demand its own way. Love is not irritable and keeps no record of when it has been wrong. It is never glad about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstances. Love will last forever, but prophecy and speaking in unknown languages and special knowledge will all disappear. Now we only know little, and even the gift of prophecy reveals little. But when the end comes, those special gifts will all disappear. It is like this: when I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child does. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Now we see things imperfectly as in a poor mirror, but then we will see everything with perfect clarity. All that I know now is partial and incomplete, but then I will know everything completely, just as God knows me now. There are three things that we endure: faith, hope, love, and the greatest of these is love.
Thank you, Ms. Cross. Here to read Matthew 19, verse 4 through 6, Daniel's lovely niece, Kylie Marler.
He answered and said to them, "Have you not read that he who made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, 'For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh.' So then they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let not man separate."
Thank you, Tyler. As a token of their everlasting love for one another, Jennifer and Daniel have decided to place a bottle of wine and several heartfelt letters into this box, which is not to be opened and read until November 17th, 2037. Will the parents of Daniel and Jennifer please come forward? That was a beautiful display of love and commitment. I personally have always been confused about love. I am a man of actuary, of accounting. There must be definition, balance. Both sides must equal. But love is implicitly mystical. We cannot quantify it. And there seem to be several variances of love, and within each variance, several more categories. The love for a mom, the love for a cousin, the puppy love for your first crush, the love for your favorite TV show, for your favorite cereal, for the stuffed animal that you go to bed with every evening. But the love a man and a woman have for each other in partnership seems to encompass all the aforementioned variances. It is unique, expansive, and fulfilling. We each yearn for that one person to share our life with. What I've had the pleasure of witnessing between Jennifer and Daniel is truly special. It is remarkable. It is genuine love. There is no obsessive behavior. There is no bickering, no jealousy. It is full of respect and understanding and the unquestionable trust that is essential for all relationships. In this world of Twitter and honey boo-boos and fast food, Jennifer and Daniel have slowed life down to enjoy and appreciate each other. They know just how fortunate they are to have one another, to have someone who will care for them just as they care for themselves. And that is why we are here today, to fortify their commitment to one another. Love is infinite. Love is unlimited. Jennifer and Daniel, I ask that both of you remember to treat yourselves and each other with respect, and remind yourselves often of what brought you together today. Give the highest priority to the gentleness, tenderness, and kindness that your marriage deserves. When frustration and difficulty assail your relationship, as they do to every relationship at one time or another, focus on what still seems right, not just that which is wrong. If each of you will take the responsibility to ensure the quality of your life together, it will be marked by wealth and happiness. Daniel, will you have Jennifer to be your wife, to have and to hold from this day forward until death do you part?
I do.
And Jennifer, will you have Daniel to be your husband, to have and to hold from this day forward until death do you part?
I do.
Daniel, please repeat after me. Jennifer, with this ring, I take you as my wife.
With this ring, I take you as my wife.
My constant friend and one true love.
My constant friend and one true love.
Forsaking all others, I will be faithful to you.
Forsaking all others, I will be faithful to you.
Always to be open and honest to you.
Always to be open and honest with you.
I pray that our home will be one of love, understanding, and patience.
I pray that our home will be one of love, understanding, and patience.
In sickness and in health,
In sickness and in health,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or poorer,
to love and to honor,
to love and to honor,
and to cherish unconditionally,
and to cherish unconditionally,
for as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Jennifer, please repeat after me. Daniel, with this ring, I take you as my husband.
Daniel, with this ring I take you as my husband,
My constant friend and my one true love.
my constant friend and my one true love.
Forsaking all others, I will be faithful to you.
Forsaking all others, I will be faithful to you.
Always to be open and honest with you.
Always to be open and honest with you.
I pray that our home will be one of love, understanding, and patience.
I pray that our home will be one of love, understanding, and patience.
In sickness and in health,
In sickness and in health,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poorer,
to love and to honor,
to love and to honor,
and to cherish unconditionally,
and to cherish unconditionally,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
As the two of you come into this marriage, uniting you as husband and wife, and as you this day affirm your faith and love for one another, I ask that you always remember to cherish each other as special and unique individuals, that you respect the thoughts, ideas, and suggestions of one another. Be able to forgive, do not hold grudges, and live each day that you may share it together. As from this day forward, you shall be each other's home, comfort, and refuge. Your marriage strengthened by your love and respect for each other. May the Lord provide you all the love and happiness the world has to offer, and above all else, give you his great peace. Jennifer and Daniel, in so much as the two of you have agreed to live together in matrimony, have promised your love for each other by these vows, the joining of your hands, and the exchanging of these rings, I now declare you to be husband and wife. Congratulations, you may kiss your bride. present to you, for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Walker. Attention everybody. As the wedding party takes their pictures, everyone can enjoy refreshments at the beer garden over there.
All right.